Today we have the Typo Keyboard Case for the iPhone 5 and 5S. If you ever missed having a BlackBerry, well, miss no further, because now you can have a BlackBerry and an iPhone. As you can see here, this case pretty much replicates the BlackBerry keyboard. It's almost identical, so much so that BlackBerry actually sued the creators of Typo Keyboard Case, which Ryan Seacrest actually backs up. So you can really tell just by these curves here that that's signature to the BlackBerry keyboard, as one side splits that way and the other side splits that way. But just looking at the case itself for now, we have the camera hole, lock hole, volume. So it's just a slide-on case that locks in through, I guess, pressure. Take my iPhone here, you slide that right in, and you slide the top part in, and that's it, stays right in. As you see, the bottom here has the lightning port cable and the earphone socket, and yeah, so that's basically the case itself. Looking at the keyboard here, you have the home button, you have some special keys. Here is the at and the and key, enter, backspace. This is the backlight key, where you can turn the backlight on and off of the keyboard itself, which is very cool. Nifty feature if you're typing in the dark and you can't see. It's not the same as a backlight keyboard on the iPhone screen, since you can always see that. This here is going to be dark in the dark, so it's always nice to have that. There's a shift key, Bluetooth key to connect to the iPhone, alt key to access all these extra special keys on top of the letters, and this is the on and off button, as well as the on-screen keyboard button, which you can click and the on-screen keyboard may come up, which you may want to add emojis with, or some other special characters that's not available on the keyboard. So that's the design of it. So I can't show you how it functions on the actual iPhone because it's not allowing me to connect right now, which it may just be an issue with my iPhone. So we will skip that and go on to what I actually like about this case, which is very few things, but it's still notable. I actually feel like I type faster with this case, just because typing on this keyboard allows me to actually click, glide my fingers along, and go to the next letter, compared to the on-screen keyboard where you had to tap, 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 because you couldn't actually move your finger around, or else the software would think you're actually trying to hit another key. But with this, you're actually able to click, 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 and just move around really quick. There is software keyboards like Swipe that's coming to iOS 8, which will allow you to just swipe around and type like that, like they are available on the Android right now. But I still like the physical, tactile feel of, and the feedback it gives you. You can just hear that. It's a nice click. Other than that, I actually also like that the keyboard is moved to the bottom of the screen. Now I get about a third of my screen back in real estate. So when I'm writing, I can actually see my whole article that I'm writing, and it's nice just to be able to edit and go through the article quicker that way. Other than those two things, there really isn't a lot of other things to appreciate in this case. Now, looking at what's wrong with this case, due to the software limitation of iOS, you actually lose spell check and auto capitalization when typing. So even though I felt like I typed faster, I feel like I also make more mistakes now, because I used to rely on autocorrect and auto capitalization to do that work for me. Now that it's not doing it, I feel like I'm going through a lot more mistakes, and I have to click the backspace a lot more because it's not correcting for me. The added height to the case does become a nuisance for storing or carrying, because here's the iPhone itself and it's protruding out to here now. It's about an extra half an inch. That can be an issue for putting it in pockets or just holding it in general. Like, it's a really long case now. Along with that, putting it in your pocket on a tight situation, if you push any key, it actually unlocks your phone. That's one of the big issues that a lot of people have been complaining about. You can actually open an app or cause some unwanted phone calls. So one of my biggest quirks are these raised edges everywhere. I feel like it's a design pattern that they decided to go with just to suit the rest of the case. They have a raised edge here, which I can understand for the keyboard, but for something like this here, you can see that it actually goes above the volume buttons. This is the same for the lock button here. Now, the issue with that is if I'm pushing the buttons like this, yeah, it's fine because my finger is behind it and actually I can reach it. Same with this, if I'm pushing it from behind, that's fine. But if I wanted to push it from the front, this edge actually stops me, if not hurts me, from trying to push it. Now I can actually kind of dig over it, but just naturally I want to just click it, but these edges are actually blocking me from these buttons. So if I want to close it, it actually can't. So What the? Last but not least, for anyone with an iPhone 5S, you can already tell you lose the home button and the Touch ID functionality. For me, that's not a big deal because I don't use it as much as I guess I should be using it. But you do get the home button back down here, so I'm okay with entering the passcodes. You are losing that, so keep note of that. So in conclusion, the case was marketed more towards people to work faster, so business people want to type emails or articles, and that's exactly what it allowed me to do, which is great. But the quirks that it comes with, there's just too many. It's not worth the benefit of typing faster on a physical keyboard. So you really have to consider how much writing you do on your device. Maybe if you do casual emailing or texting, I really don't think that warrants an external keyboard like this, just due to the extra length and the annoyances of all the rest of the case. But for people who do a lot of writing, articles, journals, I don't know, people who do a lot of writing, they may find that the quirks aren't enough to stop them from getting the tactile feedback of an actual physical keyboard. But other than that, there's no other keyboard on the market right now that really beats this keyboard, which may be because it's an exact replica of the BlackBerry keyboard, but I'm glad they came out with it because it's a really nice keyboard. I actually wrote my whole review with this keyboard, but I would not be using this on a day-to-day basis. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching my video. It was a little long, a little wordy, but I hope you got something out of this. So TLDR, don't buy this unless you write a lot of shit. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not the greatest case, but if you love physical keyboards, this is the one to go with. Please like, subscribe, and I will catch you all next time.